Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to Kel Plays. We are going to be doing another hot stratagem today. Let's see. We did Ballistic Engine yesterday, then we took a break. Let's go with, let's go with Vortex. Why not? We can save Fall of Atreus for last. How much time do we have? Oh no, we don't have much time. Okay, we gotta really get into this. Wait, is that 1 hour 38 minutes or 1 minute 38? Whatever. Corrosion. Damage over time increases. Depleted armor, only 1 armor segment. You can heal other people within 5 meters of yourself when you do heal, and you don't lose control upon taking heavy hits. Okay, I mean it's not too bad. Could be worse, but it could be better, but it could be worse. So, oh, someone just left the game. That's always a great sign. That means that mission is going wonderfully. Great, or not. Vortex is... it's an interesting chaos mission. Majority of it is good. It's just the bit in the middle I'm not a fan of, when you have those long meandering moments where you have to like remove the consoles and take out the astropaths. Like, they can be quite lengthy for no reason. If it was just like go and eliminate the astropaths and clear the way, sure, that'd be great. But then you might have, but in this case, you could have RNG in terms of like what your sub-objective is. Like, bring a power source to a reactor, or find 3 astropaths and clear your way there. It's... I care little where I am, as long as I get to kill traitors. Oh, literally started the mission. Okay. Fox's medications this time, I wonder. The traitor Imran first appeared here. I envy Titus for that kill. Alright. Bulwark, Sniper, and Vanguard. Let's do this.
No backup, no comms, no overwatch. Grant no quarter. Our squad is more than up for the challenge. We shall hack every limb from that vile creature.
Next.
This sector cannot receive Imperial communications without the relay here on Atherax. A relay cannot function without astropower, and they are pretty useless at defending themselves.
Huh? Wait. Oh, I got his shield thing. Okay. Oh, nice shot.
For the Emperor!
Looks like everyone's latency is very good. Let's hope it stays that way. Thank you.
Finished and ready. Train your sights on that train. There is an astropathic relay. Be on watch for heretic traitor.
Okay. He just doesn't want to... He just doesn't want to stop calling it. Headshot hitboxes are really annoying on the Chaos Spawn. There really is not much you can do about that, I'm afraid. At least not with the current state the game is in. Negative on the relic data.
The object is this way.
Alright. Good. Somebody got the health. Uh-oh. Figure it out. Very nice sniper. Whoa! That was annoying. Okay, let's clear these enemies out.
We massacred the 1,000 Suns.
They've got that. Huh? Wait, they don't have that? Oh crap. Okay. Ooh, that ain't good. Alright, let's clear this up. And that's a big guy with a big gun. Come here. Come here. And that bulwark decided not to take the execute. Interesting. So much for getting his heals. Oh, so be it. That's a him problem. We'll move on.
They shall not see. What needs grappling? This place bears the foul work of the 1,000 Suns.
Yeah, really? You don't say. The big big lot of enemies we faced up until now wasn't that big of a hit, huh?
Even their blood is foul. Precisely what we needed.
It's like, it looks like there are 1,000 suns here. I'm like, really? Yeah, don't say. I mean, I don't know what could have possibly given him that idea.
Trying to stalk my range.
Whoa, okay, interesting. And on we go.
The heretic bastards left a trail into the sublevels. Sorcery. We are drawn into some unnatural distortion of reality.
It hungers. It will seek out your
It hungers.
whet its appetite.
Look for the epicenter of the corruption, brothers. This whole place bears the stench of corruption. Shred the abomination! relies on a psyker, and not a friendly one. It has to die.
Oh, crap. Goodbye.
Magazine out, magazine in.
That one is. Yeah, alright. Stay at the consoles. Remove the eye. Whoa, what the? That's weird.
There is no going back, brothers.
Traitor target in sights.
Expunge the
I see you, champion in the ether.
Approach.
Come here.
Binge upon their suffering.
This astropath does the bidding of the heretics now.
Bring it,
Grenades
boy.
and chainsaws made for this kind of obscenity.
Go.
Energy
Free
shield
heals.
that corrupt psyker. Destroy every warp-powered relic in the vicinity. Cut the brainwashed psyker.
Let's get the psycho down first.
Surface.
For the Emperor!
I got it.
This warp shrine is no more. Critical relic extinguished.
Enemies are spawning in.
Giving them a shrapnel bar. Replenished and ready. This building beats down. Another foul monument falls. Shield is down. Charge the witch.
There we go.
Do not fear the change
Oh, here we go. What?
has been set. Your fate decided.
A new locus does not change our objective.
None shall escape the insatiable moral transformation. You will be only
We are not far off course. My brothers envy my fortitude and plot my undoing.
Oh,
Pathetic imitations. Your words are nothing like those of Space Marines.
Where shall I start?
oh, come on. They take the execute, man.
What a waste of jinx. Waste nothing. Sending frag grenade. Execute that warp witch. Check that spot. Target the astropath, brothers.
Languish. Emerge, discordant one, and remake this realm in the name of the dark gods.
That sounds like more trouble. We
Oh
need
crap, it
eyes
is
on
the freaking battery.
Alright.
Alright. Come here.
Locate power cells for that generator, and we can build our
Yep.
bridge. Force the power cell and install it into the generator.
Okay, need to actually grab some ammo.
I shall return this favor.
How many do we need? 4? 3?
Swapping out power cell identified.
None here. Okay.
So many limbs.
We're taking more damage over time, man.
Into the mogul there to betray our Vortex.
So cheap. So unbelievably cheap. Point blank range and you're firing ranged missiles.
We need power cells to proceed.
Indeed, brother.
Arming up.
There's just one, I assume?
Power cell found.
Nope, it's 3.
Firing the generator.
Nope.
Walk available.
It's 3 we need, okay. Alright, rallying on the other guy. Let's go, sniper boy, we got this. Or the enemy has got this, one of the two.
Reloading. View your packs, brothers. Power cell located.
Got you covered, bro. Can't shield yourself from me.
Arming up. Connecting the power cell.
Where the hell's the third one?
Heretic soldier spotted. Closing the gap. What a worthless, soulless creature!
Huh?
Must reignite the generator with a new power cell.
That was weird. Fairies weren't working.
Smells
Okay,
like
so
fresh
I'm gonna go check my side again, but pretty sure I did a sweep and didn't find anything.
swapping out magazine.
Oh, okay.
Grapnel launcher set.
Wait, did I really miss it? No, it's not that I didn't miss it, I just didn't check this room, okay.
Here is a power cell. The bridge has power. Make a path and engage the astropath. The astropath is vulnerable. Eliminate it quickly.
Let's go. So if you're wondering why I do this like running dash thing, is because it's actually quicker to do this in like small little bursts than it is to just run full sprint or to do like spamming dash dives. This doesn't really get you anywhere. Doing this like that is probably the fastest way to travel around. At least that's my opinion on the matter.
We cannot allow
Certainly
any
when you're
influence
carrying
from the
stuff,
wall to
like
remain
that
in the
battery.
relay. Another heretic died. I am finished and ready.
Active camouflage charged.
Keep them faster.
Well, I'm sure by now we've reached our damage cap on damage received. It says up to a limit. I'm pretty sure we've hit that limit.
Take what you can carry. Unclog the walkway.
Jayo!
Path to the enemy has shifted. Now we are above the damn thing.
Jayo is like Chinese for like you know, do your best, fighting. Let's go get him. First things first, always run to the sides. Yeah, don't bother engaging the thing. Oh, okay. Not to see bothers to engage you.
Keep up the attack.
Now where is this thing? Here it is. Come on, show me what you got. Oh, it's doing that thing. Go away.
Those beams will burn through our armor. Avoid them. Magazine out. Magazine in.
He's gonna charge somebody.
Into the fray.
Whoa, what the? Alright. Six-hit combo.
Familiar line close. Active camouflage charged.
We have the demonic monstrosity on the run.
Alright.
It drags us along
Head
with
to the other world.
Whatever
Gonna
realm
charge
this
somebody.
is, we are not welcome. This place burns with corruption.
Well, alright. Hopefully we'll find him on the other side. Wait, what? Oh boy.
The beast will die for
That can't be
presuming it
good.
can trap me. Amputate those damn tentacles first. Fight for your worthless gods.
Come on. There we go.
Rip its tentacles apart.
Get the armor back. Ooh, I'm gonna take that.
Now is our chance. Hammer the Vortex beast. What needs
Oh, oh, here we go again.
shoots at us?
He didn't charge. That's interesting. Oh, and he's dead.
One of us. No more.
Oh, come on. I thought I dodged that. Dang. That's messed up. Thank you. What the? Oh, that wasn't me. Okay, now we get the next phase.
The beast has a shield now. Seize fire. Brothers, what say we exterminate those foul cultists first? Shoot them before they near their demon. We shall hack every limb from that vile creature. I am not target practice. Their blood is foul. Tether unbound. Walking out that
Hey, my ammo? Oh,
those beams will burn through our armor. Avoid them.
oh!
Get this psycho out of my hand.
Ugh.
Look, grenades. Ordnance on me. Reloading. Grappling launch.
Come on. He's delaying his, That's it. He was delaying his melee. still, we got through it. Good job. $69.88. Sniper did outstanding. Oh yeah, we didn't face a Hellbrute this time. Interesting. So, let's go over the perks. For the Vanguard, I take Melee Mastery for the 10% extra damage against melee Majora's enemies and higher. Melee. Very, very good overall. Alternatives, you can take Upper Hand, but if you have the Prestige perk for Indomitable Spirit, then you don't really need this. This one is okay if you have if you like using the Instigator or the Oculus Carbine. That's fine, but most of the time I prefer melee combat. Oh, looks like the guy has left. Alright, that's fine. We'll just reset that again. So as you could tell by my playstyle, I love playing the Vanguard in a more melee frenzy oriented playstyle, and I love playing it as a duelist. I am not a big fan of a Vanguard being played as a mid-ranged support fighter. I prefer him more as a melee bruiser. That's how I utilize the hook anyway. So, you know, like as everyone knows, when you're using the Vanguard is probably by far the one class I would recommend for newer players. If you are new to Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, this is definitely probably the easiest class to level up with. My honest recommendation though is, and I know this is going to sound really bad, but I actually recommend people playing through Assault first. It's the hardest class out of the basic 6 that you're ever going to really play. It's not the weakest, right? But it is the hardest class. And the reason why is because there are no real survival perks in their tree until you hit down here. Right, armor reinforcement, right, where non-finishing gun strikes give you an armor segment back. This is like the only real survivability perk that you get as an assault, and you get it really late in the tree, right? Like this is like level what, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. By the time you're 18, then you finally get a survivability perk, right? Defense mechanism is okay as well. You know, but in terms of actual in-combat raw survivability, this is what keeps you alive. Whereas on the Vanguard, on the other hand, you get survivability like right off the bat, right? Like for example, you're a duelist, right? Level 1, 2, level 3, right? Increases your perfect parry and block window by 50%. That's huge. That literally turns a balancing weapon into a fencing weapon, right? It's massive. And if you run block weapons, this is really good. Like, right? But like, by that point, the people will say, oh, well, if you're used to using block, then you don't need this. Sure. But when you're in the learning phase, this is very useful, right? When your ranged weapon magazine is empty, that melee damage increases. This is something that like is a passive perk, and sometimes you saw like I'm in the middle of combat and I use my Melta shots in between my melee attacks and my parries and gun strikes, and when my magazine's empty, it's shocking. It surprises me. This thing can keep you going, right? After doing a diving kick, you take 40% less range damage for 10 seconds. This is a level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 perk, and I'm still using it now at 25 Prestige 4. I'm still using this. Incredible. So the Vanguard has, you know, a lot of tools very, very early on. Here's another one, right? After you do a perfectly timed parry, block, or dodge, you take 20% less health damage for 5 seconds. Again, another survivability-oriented perk. So Vanguard has a lot of good perks early in their tree, and even by the mid-level. Like, look at this, mid-level one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 in a row that I'm taking. Right, so going back to it, right, as far as perks are concerned, I take melee mastery, close quarter combat for taking 20% range damage, less range damage. This is very, very key when you're fighting against chaos enemies. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. When you fight chaos enemies, this is incredibly important because a lot of chaos enemies are like rubric marines, and the chaos cultist snipers, you don't really get an audio cue when they're aiming at you until they're just about to fire. So this thing can literally save your life, right? Consecutive execution. Killing 7 enemies in rapid succession restores equipment charge by 1 on a 90-second cooldown. This is essentially when you bring equipment restoration perks, it makes you more willing to utilize grenades and melta bombs and crack grenades and shock grenades, whatever equipment you have on hand. This is very, very useful. I think in the early stages of the game, this is a very underappreciated perk, simply because the biggest source of damage is still going to be your character and the weapons that you bring, right? So people thought it was always better to spec into more damage-oriented perks, right? Or defense-oriented perks. Right, like this one here, right? When your health is less than 50%, your perfect dodge window is doubled. Some people will be like, "Oh, that's really good," you know, and you know, there's nothing wrong with it, right? But bringing this can help you in situations like when you don't have an assault with a team perk to restore equipment charge. This is very, very useful. On top of which, it has a separate cooldown from the one that the tactical brings. Not assault, sorry, a tactical player. Tacticals have a team perk that restores equipment charge, and this thing can do the same thing, so very useful to have. As for the team perks, in the initial stages of the game, Inner Fire was the meta one that people would go to, right? Every time a squad member gets a finishing ability on Majoris level or higher, they restore the ability charge by 15%. Very, very powerful. I might be wrong, but I get the feeling it used to be any finisher back in the day. I might be wrong on that, though. But then they added Unmatched Zeal, and melee finishes on Extremis or Terminus enemies will restore health by 30% for any squad member. This is unbelievably powerful in lethal and absolute difficulty missions. The reason being is because the number of Extremis enemies that spawn, they can be anywhere from 1 to 3. And if a Terminus enemy spawns, they usually spawn with a full contingent of Extremis enemies. So it is entirely possible to come across like a Hellbrute and 3 Sorcerers, or a Carnifex and 2 Lictors and 2 Zoanthropes, because Zoanthropes tend to spawn in pairs, right? They count as 1. So this can be a massive source of healing for any of your teammates, whether it's yourself or them. This is what also enables a Vanguard to play an extremely aggressive playstyle, right? If you love playing the duelist playstyle, you are constantly dancing with death. Your health bar is constantly going from red to white to red to white, and this team perk is what keeps you it keeps you on top of those battles. Melee Champion, 15% more melee damage is a fine perk. It's a good beginning one, but it pales in comparison to either Inner Fire or Unmatched Zeal, being perfectly honest. Right. As for the next one, I take Restless Fortitude. Again, right, 40% less range damage after a diving kick is incredible, honestly, right? It means that, like, if you dive into an enraged Majoris, either Tyrannid or Chaos enemy, and they just happen to burst you as soon as after you've done your dive, you'll be able to tank that hit, you know, so that's really good. Alternatives, Shockwave is fine. Damage in the 5-meter radius is good after you do a diving kick. Collateral damage, your diving kick does 50% more damage and additionally damages enemies on the way, right, to the grapple target. This is very good if you love to take tactical prowess. They're both very, very good, right? Because now your grapple launcher, right, can finish off enemies at 33% health, right, or lower. And this thing can actually push them right into that threshold. So really, really good. Right, but I take this one because I like the survivability aspect, and it also means that after you do a diving kick on you'll usually do it on a Majoris or higher enemy, and in operations, Minoris tend to shoot you a lot when you're done with that, so this helps you tank those Minoris shots. So for the next one, any one of these are really good, right? Doing a finisher with the grapple launcher deals damage to nearby enemies. Again, works perfectly with this, right? After a range kill of Majoris or higher, your diving kick's damage is increased by a whopping 130% on a 15-second cooldown. This is good as well. Very, very good for like you take on Majoris level enemy and then you go and you hook shot over with this to an extremist enemy. Just watch them die. Like, just watch them die. Right? But I prefer Tip of the Spear. I prefer taking this one where after you do a diving kick, the enemies that get hit by that, right, will take 15% more range damage for 10 seconds. Because what I love to do is I love to dive kick to them and then immediately Melta shot them in the face and then start meleeing them. Right? I treat the Melta rifle almost like a shotgun, basically. So this allows you to get in and immediately start doing damage. Next one, after a perfectly timed parry, block, or dodge, you take 20% less health damage for 5 seconds. Again, another survivability perk. Really, really powerful. Works along well with this, you know. You dive in and then you do a parry or you do a dodge. You know, that's a lot of tankiness that you get there. It's not very long, but it can save your life. And the reason why this can save your life is because after you do a perfectly timed parry or dodge, you more often than not want to do a gun strike. And this will keep you alive during that gun strike animation. Alternatives, right? You can take Grim Determination when a grapple launcher is on cooldown, your weapon damage increases. A fine choice, you know, if you like it. It's a stable choice for sure. Right, and of course the grapple launcher recharges 20% faster. Very, very good, especially like I said, if you like running a tactical prowess build, very, very useful. For the signature, I don't do tactical prowess. There are times when I do take it, like for example, if the mission perk is already allows us to already get heals by executing enemies, doing finishes, then tactical prowess's value skyrockets immensely. The ability to take out Majoris and extremist enemies instantaneously, like in the middle of combat, you know, incredible. Emperor's Blessing, taking lethal damage restores all armor instead of incapacitating you on a 2-minute cooldown. I don't take this one. I don't really know a lot of people that would, but I know that it is, you know, something that's very useful because it can keep you alive if you're not very confident in the duelist playstyle. For me, because I love the duelist playstyle, like I said, I love getting in there, I love being in the thick of it, meleeing the enemy, and then using the Melta rifle almost as a shotgun, and interweaving shotgun blast with melee attacks as part of the combo. Adrenaline Rush really is like the icing on the cake for that playstyle. The ability to get your HP back, even if it's just 5%. By the way, I'm pretty sure it used to be 15% back in the day, and I think they brought it down to 10, and now it's 5. Even at 5%, it's still very good, still very consistent healing. On top of which, it stacks on top of Unmatched Zeal. So you go ahead and you take out an extremist or terminus enemy, that's a 35% HP heal immediately. Very powerful, very useful. As for the prestige perks, I take Indomitable Spirit. When you perform a gun strike, you don't lose control upon taking heavy hits, and you cannot be knocked back. This is technically not true. Basically, if you would be staggered a bit, right, you won't be staggered. And if you were to be knocked to the ground, you'll just be staggered instead, like a slight stagger. It's just like one level of defense. It's not perfect defense though. Okay. Next one, Restoration. Killing 7 enemies in rapid succession restores armor segment by 1 on a 15-second cooldown. This is very, very useful when you fight hordes of Minoris. Honestly, one Melta shot and bam, you get armor back, which means that you are able to duel Majoris and Extremis enemies better. Right, because armor, the way it works is, as long as you have even one shred of armor left, the next melee hit that you take, right, will bring you down to 0 armor at worst case scenario. It won't start cleaving your health yet. That doesn't say anything about range attacks though. Range attacks will still pierce, right? But still, the ability to restore armor, very, very good. Especially on a 15-second cooldown. Very, very nice. Next, I take Battlefield Awareness, right? If a target is within 8 meters of you, you deal 10% more range damage. Again, as you can tell from the video, my playstyle is duelist-oriented. Dive into the thick of it and battle the enemy and duke it out. Right? This is just 10% extra damage on top of that. Fortitude, 15% extra HP. You know, it's the 4th perk, so you might as well take some survivability with you. Very useful on the higher difficulties, right? Lethal, absolute, and hard, right? Either hard siege or hard stratagems. Alternatives, you can take launch restoration, right? Where using a grapnel launcher restores an armor segment. Some people like this. Not for me, but I know some people that do like it, right? When your HP is less than 25%, ability recharge is increased by 15%. I'm not a big fan of this one, so, you know, not really my thing. And of course, equipment damage increased by 20%. I don't know where this would be useful unless you were running like a Vanguard who likes to go in and plant Melta bombs, or maybe crack grenades, who knows. Just not my thing though. So those are the perks, right, for the Vanguard. As for the weapons, as you know from my playstyle, I like doing duelist, so I run the Melta rifle as the main weapon. As you can see, this is the max ammo variant, right? And the reason why is because the alternatively you can take the range variant, but it's just not for me, right? The rate of fire variant, I don't think the rate of fire increases that substantial, so I'd rather just take the extra ammo. As for the perks, this is my perk tree. First thing, I take extended magazine to increase the magazine size, quite obvious. When your HP drops below 30%, your ammo reserve is restored by a full magazine. Cannot exceed the max ammo capacity on a 30-second cooldown. Very, very good because it's passive, which means in the middle of combat, this thing can save your life. Next, Great Might. Damage increases by 10% against Terminus level enemies. It's just extra Terminus damage. Don't worry too much about it. Next, extra damage, 10%. Good. Extended magazine, again, 50% more ammo, right? In the magazine, right? Not the ammo reserve. Next one, this weapon reloads 10% quicker. Reloading is very, very important if you want to stay alive. Next, first shot. The first shot after you reload does 10% more damage. Useful. Retaliation, after a perfectly timed dodge, you deal 25% more damage for 10 seconds. Again, another passive perk, and very, very good for a duelist. You know, someone who's in the thick of it. Next, 10% rate of fire increase. Very, very good. You can take the bottom row. There's nothing wrong with it. Like this one, for example, right? When your HP is lower than 30%, killing 7 enemies restores your HP by 10. The reason why I don't take it is because, as you saw from the Vanguard talent tree, you get 30% healing from Unmatched Zeal on Extremis or Terminus, and even without that, you get 5% healing on anything Majoris and higher anyway, so there's no real need for it. So yeah, max ammo variant Melta. We're taking the Retribution's Bequest, which is the heroic heavy bolt pistol. This is the perk tree. Right, starting with Headhunter, 10% more headshot damage. Recoil, reduction of 25%. When you kill 7 enemies and your HP is lower than 30%, you heal for 10%. Again, it's a passive perk, so not required, but it is nice, you know. The maximum ammo reserve for this weapon increases by 20%. Very important, because this weapon has very, very low ammo capacity. Not gonna lie. Right? Increase the magazine size. It's like 1 extra bullet, but it's fine. After killing a Majoris enemy or higher in combat, melee combat, you deal 25% more damage for 10 seconds. Very, 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 very straightforward, especially on a duelist, right? So yeah. 10% more damage against terminus enemies, and when you have low ammo, you deal 25% more damage. Just raw damage, basically. And I do the last round in the magazine, does 50% more damage for a strong finish. 10% more headshot damage, and after a gun strike, this weapon instantly reloads. When you are playing a duelist fighting style, gun strikes are the name of the game. I love, love, love this pistol. Why? Because of its heroic passive. When an enemy that is usually a Majoris is screaming for help, if you tap it in the head, it will immediately execute the enemy because no help is coming. As for the weapon, this is a duelist style fighter, so we take the fencing variant of the Chainsword. And the reason being is because the Chainsword has very, very quick attack speed and very, very good animations during its melee combat, whether you're doing shoulder barge or Spartan kick, what have you. As for the perk tree, this is the perk tree that I take, starting with the lower end perpetual strength, 5% more melee damage, and then you do heavy attacks, restore 100% more contested health. Right, applies to most of your stuff. Not the most mandatory thing, you're not going to use it most of the time, but it is something that's nifty. Next, 5% more melee damage. Then increase your light combo. Again, not really the most important thing. I don't ever do the full light combo, so you know, it's not great, it's not terrible. Next, then we move over here. Heavy attacks with this weapon deal 50% more melee damage. Pretty basic stuff, since I always use a heavy attack in the combo somewhere. A shoulder barge is 2 light and 1 heavy, and a Spartan kick is 1 light, 1 heavy, so it's definitely included. Next, light combo attacks with this weapon deal 10% more melee damage. Again, I use both light and heavy attack combos. After you perform a stomp, if you hold the attack button, you do a second stomp. I love doing this to clear out my Norris enemies. Very useful. Basically, to do this one, you do 3 melee attacks, 1, 2, 3, and then you do a heavy attack, which will be a stomp, and then you hold click again for a second stomp. Next, melee damage against my Norris enemies increases by 20%. Not the most important thing, but it's okay. But most importantly, it gets you here to melee damage against extremist enemies goes up by 15%. This is very, very important. You need to be able to kill extremist enemies very, very fast. Right? Next one, the last talent I take is each consecutive light attack increases light attack melee damage by 3% up to 30% for 3 seconds. So it's fine, you know, just extra passive damage. You know, alternatively, you can just take the 5% melee damage. That works too. And yes, that is the build for my Vanguard. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please, if you enjoy the content, like, comment, subscribe, and support the stream at Twitch/Kaluchia. It is an absolute honor for me to make videos for you guys, and I really, really love Space Marine 2, and being able to share it with all of you is, for me, a great, great joy. So I wish you all have a wonderful weekend, and no matter wherever you are,